Hello, everyone. This is Lab 6 Part 1. Let me read off what I'm going to be doing. I'm not going to say everything, but I'll read these real quick. Design a class named Pet, which should have the following fields. Name. The name field holds the name of pet's animal. The animal field holds the type of animal. Age. The age field holds the pet's age. The pet class should have the following methods. Set name, set animal, set age, set name, mean get name, get animal. The pet class should also have the following methods. Set name, set animal, set age, get name, get animal, get age. Part A of question 1. Draw a UML diagram of the class. Be sure to include notation showing each field and method access specification and data type. Also include notation showing any method parameters that are data types. Okay, that is question 1. And part Question 1, Part B. Write the Java code for the pet class. First, I'm going to show you the UML diagram and explain it. All right. Hold on. Let me share my screen. The correct. Here we are. We're looking at the UML diagram for question 1. Here, this is the class name. The class name is pet. This is a private field to store the pet's name. This is a private field to store the type of animal. This is a private field to store the pet's age. Here, this is a public method to set the name. This is a public method to set the animal type. This is a public method to set the age. This is a public method to return the name. This is the public method to return the animal type. And lastly, this is the public method to return the age. Let's go into NetBeans and type the code out. All right, you should be able to see my screen. This here is the main class here. So I created the public class. I created the pet class. Now I'm going to write everything out. I will be back in a sec and we'll explain everything. Oops. 21. Private string. Name. Age. Okay, we have that. I'm gonna copy this. Paste. Set name. Set animal. Set animal. Set age. Age. Copy and paste this. I'm gonna write the books over. Now I need to do animal. You get that one. Okay, save that. Now that that's complete, let me explain it really quick. Okay, let's go to the tippy top. Okay, up here, this is our class. Up here, this line is our class. Here, this is a private field to store the pet's name. This is a private field to store the the animal type. This is to store the pet's age. Here, this is a public method to set the pet's name. And on this line, I'm assigning a value of in to the name field, if that makes it. Here, basically do the same thing. So for name, animal, and age, I'm setting I'm setting them. But I'm gonna go through. So for this line, I am this is a public method to set the type of animal, and I am assigning A to the animal field, and I am setting the age of the animal in this method. And I am assigning A to this field because both of these start with an A. It's not like they can see each other. They're outside of each other. That makes sense. Okay. Now down to get name, get animal, and get age. Here in this section, I have a public method to get a public method to get the pet's name and return a value of the name field here. And then I have another public method to get the type of animal and return a value of the animal field. And then here, I created a public method to get the pet's age and return a value of the age field. Next, we're going on to book. Let me open up my hat open. Give me a sec. Reshare. Possibly see what I'm looking at. Okay. It's just giving me a difficult time right now. Hold on. Here we are. You should be able to see what I'm seeing. Okay. Uh, Question two. Look at the following partial class definition and respond to the question that follows it. Okay. Public class book, private string title, private string author, private string publisher, private string copy sold. Write a constructor for this class. The constructor should accept an argument for each of the following fields. Okay, let's create our constructor. I'm going to stop sharing and go to NetBeans. Share my NetBeans real quick. Okay, so this is my main, and this is the book class I created. Let me create my constructor for this class. There we go. Now I'm going to create my constructor in this class. This is, these are my constructors. I'll explain after. Okay, now I have my constructors. Next, I need to write the rest. And the next part of this is to write accessors and mutator methods for each field. All right, for each field. All right, each field. Sorry, I got distracted for a second. Get into it. Public void. Actually, I'm gonna go over to this and just copy this public void from over here so I don't type as much. Maybe it's public void set title. Set title. Title, or publisher. Title, author, publisher, copy sold. And I'm also going to need, for now, let's finish this. Title, author, here. Publisher, I'm not typing all that out. Publisher and copies new. Copies sold. Last, not be a string. So, see, author. Well, that's writing for me. Perfect. Screaming at me. This one. Ugh, author, publisher. Private string. String. Third string. Title. Where are your title? Copies. Publisher. Mhm. Did I spell it wrong? I must have. Hold on. I think. Okay, now. Getting out of hand. Okay, let me go back to where I had all this up here. I see where I messed up. I forgot to change the letters here. What is used? What are we talking about? P to T, T to T, A to A, P to P, C to C, A, B, C. There we go. Now I'm going to copy this so I don't have to keep writing it over and over. Oh, okay, I have my get title. Now I need third. Copy sold. Okay. Now I just need to basically light up everything. Okay, author, get title, set author, get author, get author, set publisher, get publisher. Here we go. Name, 3 minutes. I see my mistake. I see my mistake. I see my mistake. Okay. He. Made a mistake. It's supposed to be else. O E L C. Oh, EUBLIC. Oh, class is here, obviously. Open. Oh, what is this? Then I'm supposed to put all things in there. Copy and put them here. Here. Oh, I wrote it wrong. I don't know what my deal was. Scatterbrain. Okay, now that that's complete, let me explain everything. Here, this this is the book class. Okay, here we have a private field to store the book's title. You have a private field to store how many copies were sold. We have a private field to store the name of the publisher, and we have the the a private field that stores the name of the author. And then down here in this section, this constructor that this right here, this line is a constructor that accepts the values of all the fields listed below here. And basically, I'm assigning a parameter to said fields. So assigning a parameter on this line, for example, I assigned the parameter T to the title field and so on and so forth. And I did the same for author, publisher, and copies sold. I assigned the parameter then we go into our methods where we set here, we set the setter method to update the title here. And then we assign a parameter T to the title field. And then here we get the getter method to retrieve the title of the book, which is why we return title. Here we're setting the method to update the author and assigning assigning the parameter A to the author field. Then this getter method will retrieve the author. This setter method will update the publisher. This getter method will get and retrieve the publisher's name. The setter method for copies sold will set the method to update the number of copies sold. The getter method will get the number of copies sold, hence why we return copies sold. And I believe I also need to show the UML diagram. Let me pull it up, the one I created in Google Docs, and I'll share it with you shortly. Just a second. When they're up. How do I share on my screen again? Share button. Here we are. Okay. Okay, here it is. It says to draw a UML diagram for the class, including the methods. You see, am I even sharing right now? Yeah. All right. Here, this is the class. Book is the class name. This is a private field book title. This is a private field author's name. This is a private field publisher's name. This is a private field number of copies sold. And here, it's a little, actually, let me stretch it out a little bit. Okay, here, this is the constructor with four parameters, which is the string A, string P, string C. Ooh, it's supposed to be string, okay, it's string T, string A, string P, and int C are my four parameters. And then this is the setter title. This is the setter for title. This is the getter for title. This is the setter for author. This is the getter for author. This is the setter. Wait a minute. This is the getter for publisher. Forgot to write the setter. The not slow. Okay, this is the setter for publisher, and this is the getter for publisher. This is the setter for the copies sold. And this is the getter for copies sold. All of this is all on a Google Doc, as you can see. And I'll go back over the NetBeans so that my code can be seen one more time, and then we'll end this video. This is for the book class, and this is for the pet. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.